Hi there ladies, welcome back to my channel. It's Manisha here. So today I'm sharing with you a She Modern review. As you can see, I've got lots of beautiful She Modern glitters here in front of you, some new stencils as well that I'm excited to try out today. So She Modern has got an amazing range of different powders, pigments and glitters available. It's like an ever increasing range of colours and holographic colours and different finishes, things like that. So today I'm going to be sharing these glitter ones with you. Well, I'm going to be using some of them to make some little basic nail arts and just show how you can use them with the stencils that she has on offer. So just have a little recap of the glitters. I'll just grab a couple of them here. So they do come in a holographic and a regular finish. So the holographic ones, just if you can, just at a glance, if you want to identify them quickly, they do have a black cap and also a sort of gold writing, and it will have holo written on the side. Whereas your regular ones just have a silver holographic label and a white cap. So if you're looking at them from above or across from the front, you can see at a glance which one's going to be the holographic one. The other thing I tend to do with mine, and I will eventually get around to doing these, is I actually colour swatch them on the top as well. They've got like a little tiny triangle that you can fill up with some some gel polish, some clear gel polish, either a base coat or a top coat. If you use a base coat, just finish it off with a top coat, otherwise it will remain sticky. Pop a bit of the glitter on, cure it, and then yeah, like I said, finish it off with a top coat, and that gives you a really good indication of what the colour looks like at a glance. These are sort of ones that I've had, the older format ones that she used to have, but I really do like the new labelling. I think it's very cute. And so I'll be sharing some of those with you today. I'm going to be using it with her glue gel. So this is a gel product that needs to be cured for 30 seconds in the lamp. So you'd pop this over your your painted nails. It is a clear product, and what it does is after you've cured it, it provides a tacky surface that you can stick your glitters, powders and pigments onto. So you can use these in conjunction with her stencils, and there's an ever-growing range of these. I've got some of the older format ones that used to be sort of in a rectangle and they had 4 different designs in them. These are the newer format ones, and I think there's about 18 different ones in the range. So these are an unusual shape, but the idea is that you can use these to mask off parts of the nail that you don't want the glitter to stick to, and it can create some really interesting patterns and things like that. So I know just off the top of my head there's some that have got squares, hearts, rectangles, triangles, animal print, that type of thing. So there's lots of different ones to check out on the website, and of course, as always, I will leave direct links if I've got them for you down below, as well as She Modern's website, Instagram and YouTube links, so you can check out what she has on offer. There's a really big range, and Tina's always increasing her product. There's a lot of different products that she has out there, nail art products, quality nail art products, and that range is ever increasing, so there's definitely something there for everybody. So I'll be moving on to the next part of the review. So I'll swatch using these stencils and some of these glitters, and I'm just going to do them on some gel tips that I've got ready here. So these are just one coat ones, one step ones that I just used, and then what I'll do is I'll pop in a coat of the glue gel, cure that for 30 seconds, and then I'll move on to the next part, and that's going to be using those stencils. So I'll just come up with a few different ideas and hopefully inspire you to check them out too. So I'll meet you back on the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you what the glue gel looks like. So it's just a clear gel, and you just basically pop that over your gel colour and cure that for 30 seconds and you're ready to go. So for the first design I'll be using Blue Peacock and Blueberry. These are both the holographic ones, as you can see from the black lid. So I'm just going to decant a little bit onto a palette. They do have a child safety lock on them, so you just have to push them down to release the lids off them. So I'm going to be using stencil number 1 for this design. So these come individually wrapped like this, and they do actually have a protective shed of plastic there that they're attached to. So you basically just peel them off gently to remove them from that, but don't throw that away because you will be storing them back in there later. They've got really cool holographic logo and that on there too, which I think is quite nice and eye-catching. So I'm just deciding where to position this, and I've decided to do sort of like a half moon shape along the side of the nail. So I'm just getting a little bit of the glitter there with my fingertip, just popping that onto the nail. And I did realise afterwards that I hadn't actually gone all the way to the edge with the glue gel, so just make sure you do actually do that, you know, before you cure it. Anything left on your finger, just have a lint remover on hand, and that makes it a lot easier just to keep in your workspace and your fingers and that all clear. And then just carefully peel away the stencil off the nail. And that's that first one. So you can totally stop at this, but I did decide to do 2 colours. So what I've done is just wiped off the stencil before placing it back onto the nail. Now the great thing about the glue gel is that you can just reposition things on there if you're not happy with it first time around. And that's what I've done. So next up I'm just putting on the the blue peacock glitter. It's very, very pretty. I do quite like this combination. So then I'm just going to wipe off the excess there. You can just use a little brush as well. I'm just cleaning my fingers off as well as I go along. So I'm just going to use a little brush there and then just carefully peel the stencil away, and that's what you're left with. So I will top coat these as well. I usually keep a separate top coat that I use just for glitters and things like that. It's a good practice to get into, and it stops you contaminating your other gels and top coats and things that you might have too. So I'm just going to cure that in the lamp for 30 seconds and move on to the next design. So I'm going to use stencil number 10 for this one. So this is the one with sort of like a weave pattern on it, or it's got sort of sideways diamonds on it. So I thought I'd use it across the nail this way. I'm going to use 3 greens. So first up I'm using, I think this one's a lime green colour. Just going to pop that on the top of the nail. Let's put a little bit more on. I mean, these are great. You can just use them straight from the bottle as I am, or decant them onto a palette. Next up I'm going to use the darker of the 3 greens. I think this one's green fern. Just pop that on the tip of the nail. And then that space in the middle I'm just going to put green mint there. So these 3 aren't holographic, but they still look absolutely amazing. The glitters here are super fine, and they sort of lay really flat on the nail, and you can sort of really rub them and embellish them, you know, sort of get them really nice and flat. Now I did have a bit of an issue with this stencil trying to remove it. I just found the base was super sticky, and I actually did end up tearing the stencil a little bit. I will show you just in a little while, but just be really careful when you're removing it, because the base is quite sticky and it will kind of grip hold of the stencil. So I've just got a tiny tear there, but you know, the stencil's massive, so I was still able to use other parts of it later on. So next up we're moving on to the spotty one, and I thought for this one it'd be quite nice just to mask off the areas. So like the other one I sort of blended the colours in, this one I wanted them quite definite stripes within the colours. So I've got sort of 4 contrasting colours there, and I'm just going to be putting them across the nail. Now the previous one I forgot to mention that I did actually use some of the clear glitter, the clear white glitter. And I forgot to film it, or I thought I was filming it and I didn't actually capture that on camera, but you'll see the final design of it right at the end after I've top coated all of them. So yeah, you can actually do that in the negative space that's left, and then that will still sort of show your base polish through, or you can just do a contrasting glitter and then just fill up the rest of the nail with a different colour glitter. So I'm just going to keep repositioning that extra stencil I'm using there just to mask the areas off that I don't want to get the glitter onto. I'm going to move on to that orange colour there. It's a really nice grouping of colours these. I quite liked how they turned out, this one. This one's I think my favourite one. And then last but not least I'm going to be popping on gold sand just there at the base of the nail, or the tip of the nail, whichever way you want to look at it. So I'm just going to take off most of the excess glitter there, and then I'm going on to the glue powder. Now this is a dry format glue, and to make it work you just need a couple of drops of water and just make it into a bit of a paste. And I'm just going to work on that and then add a little bit more to it off camera. Just felt like I didn't actually have enough there. But you basically just use a just any kind of brush that you have on hand, and then you're basically just painting it onto the nail, and you do this while the stencil's still on there. What this does is it basically puts the the glitter, locks it in place. So leave this aside to fully dry. It'll probably take about 10 minutes. You can use a fan if you want to speed up the process. Once it's fully dry, just carefully remove the stencil how you would with the others, and then you basically have a really nice clean glitter image. Now for this one I decided to do a matte top coat, but you could totally do it in gloss, you know, just do what you feel like doing for your complete design, but I thought it'd be quite nice just to do one with a matte top coat. So for the next one, for image number 4, I thought I'd go on to that sort of squiggly zigzaggy one and just keep this design really simple and just do a bit of a pink and gold combo. For some reason this reminded me of an Easter egg when I finished it. I don't know why. I just thought it looked a little bit like an Easter egg anyway, but quite a cute Easter egg. And yeah, just so you can go as simple as you want to with these. Just be really careful removing those stencils. You don't want to tear anything, but they are very flexible and obviously totally reusable. So if you look after them, you know, you will be able to get a lot more uses out of it too. So that's that design done there. And then heading on to the last one, I thought it'd be quite good to use a different part of the stencil. So I'm going to be using a grey glitter and blueberry, I think it was, I had too. So I'm just going to be popping the grey one on this part of the nail. So this is just another way you can use these stencils. Like I said, they're very versatile. They've got lots of different edges. They've got straight edges, curvy edges, scalloped edges. I mean, it just gives you so many different ways you can use these stencils. So really the sky's the limit, and just use your imagination. You know, there's lots of different colour combos, you can combine stencils, things like that. So anyway, this design here, you could totally leave it at this stage, but I decided to add the clear white glitter so you can actually see the application of it here. So it has got a holographicness to it too, but it will let you show the base colour through. And then I thought it'd be really clever and do a bit of gold at the tip of it there, and just do a bit of a mixed one with this one. And then I'm going to top coat all of them, and then I'll meet you back. Okay, so here we have the final swatches, and aren't these really cool? Like, they were just so much fun. There's so many different ways you can use them. So I've sort of done like partial ones, and then I've also done like full ones too, where I've covered the background up with like a clear or a similar coloured glitter. So on this one here, I used the glue powder, and that kind of gave it a really nice crisp look to it. As you can see here, none of the glitter is actually moved onto the open areas like it has with this one here. So if you're looking for something that's really crisp and clean, I'd be using this one here, the glue powder. So you just mix it with some water. It's just a water-based glue. And yeah, anyway, so what I'll do is I will leave you with some photos right at the end. And I thank you, She Modern, too, for sending these out to me. They've, you know, been lots of fun. A really great way to, you know, extend glitters that you might already have in your collection if you want to add the She Modern stencils to them, or, you know, use them with the She Modern glitters and powders and pigments that she's got available on her website, and there's lots there to choose from. So thank you again, Tina at She Modern, for sending these out to me. I really enjoyed using them. Hopefully the designs that I've done here, some of them are simple, some more intricate. Hopefully they will inspire you to go ahead and try them out for yourself. So if you haven't done so already, ladies, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is free to do so, and you'll also find me over on Instagram. I've got a direct link down below. And apart from that, have a great day wherever you are. Bye for now.